It's good. No, it's important, I think, because then you know me. You're getting to know me better. As it even says one of my interests is cooking. He didn't either. It's fine. We have the digital copy. But yeah, no, I've got a tin of marshmallows that I made at home. Actually, I broke in my stand mixer with it. I got a new fresh one, and I gotta say, I'm learning quickly that you shouldn't be breaking something in with extremely heavy workload. No, I had to have it on high for 15 minutes with a stand mixer, and so that's the equivalent to like revving your brand new Porsche at like 200 mph on the freeway for like a good 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's pushing a little hard. But anyways, we're not here to talk about my cooking. We're here to talk about how you guys.
No, that's a good intro. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, sure. Definitely enjoy cooking. Passionate martial artist. I feel as though my passion in martial arts has taught me a lot about patience and self-control. I feel as though my experience with baking and cooking has taught me how much small details really matter. For example, I know that you talked about caramels earlier, and I brought them into class before, but so you hadn't tried them. Well, the thing was that the time he tried them was about the 7th time I'd made the recipe. And you want to know what the difference was between the 6th time making it and the 7th time making it was? 10 degrees Fahrenheit in terms of the temperature that you get the sugar to. It's small details like that you really need to pay attention to, because those small details can really change things and actually be the difference between success and a burnt, hard mess.
Fudge stripes.
All right. So, what experiences have you had that relate to the job that we're offering?
In terms of actually creating robotics, my greatest amount of experience would be with my mechatronics class, with group projects. That being said, I feel as though the more relevant experience has to do with my martial arts experience. When we're talking about doing exoskeletons, I know that a lot of the study has to do with people that are disabled or people that are in pain. As a martial artist, you train, you do sparring against other martial artists. And a part of that is learning which parts of the body are vulnerable and which parts of the body are fragile. With that in mind, if you're making an exoskeleton, or a bodysuit, what have you, and it's uncomfortable or it's bending in a place that it shouldn't, that's going to be a big deterrent to potential customers.
I saw in your cover letter that you had done a drawing or something.
With AutoCAD?
Okay. Your martial arts, you said you did some of that with disabled?
Not with the disabled. Well, I did do a little bit. My next door neighbor suffered from MS. He was a passionate martial artist before he succumbed to MS, and I took care of him for a summer. And something we really related on was martial arts. And I think that talking with him about martial arts got him more interested in trying to take care of his body again, because for a long time he was just succumbing to the depression of the illness. But after I was able to talk with him, he seemed like he even started, he's even more willing to work out with me there to help him. So, I suppose I did do a little bit, but nothing to a terribly large extent.
And our COO has come into the building, so he's going to ask you another question.
Sure.
What is one experience where you overcame conflict?
Gosh. Conflict is something I feel as though you're constantly needing to come across every day. If you're not able to handle it, then you will quickly find yourself burnt out. Last semester in my numerical analysis class, I was in a group with someone who was very difficult to work with. I had actually sought him out for that reason, because I knew that in the workplace I would, in all likeliness, end up working with someone that I disagree with at some point in time. But to overcome those differences, I talked about patience before, and so to overcome those difficulties in not agreeing with someone or working with someone that's hard to deal with, you need to have patience. With this particular gentleman, I ended up sitting down with him and talking with him and just having a heart-to-heart about, hey, we need to get this done. This is work that we both are going to be graded on. This is work that we both need to do well in. So let's put aside what we are conflicting over and move forward. And we were able to, which was good. It was desperately needed because the conflict was getting a little bit too hairy.
What is your greatest weakness?
I care too much. Greatest weakness I would say I get very focused. When I am in a project, I work on it and work on it and work on it until it makes sense, until I'm actually able to pull through, until I'm actually able to get the results that I want more than anything else. A big example of that is actually probably with my cooking. I spent a solid week out of my winter break learning how to make French macarons and just making this recipe over and over and over and over again. I had to have made it 12 times in 7 days just because I was so focused on trying to get it to work. But that also has led me now to be able to make homemade French macarons in my kitchen dorm room, So it is what it is. It is what it is.
Some question on that. If we had a robotic arm that needed to be produced in a certain amount of time and you were focused too much on that, would you be able to move on? Or would you?
I've of course, if I'm focusing too much on something, I've of course experienced situations where I've had to move on. It's not something that I'm usually terribly overjoyed about, because when I'm in a project, my whole heart and soul is going into it. Whether it's in a group or if I'm by myself, I really like to throw all of myself into it. If it were to come to a point where someone else is doing maybe a more efficient job than I am, or you feel as though a different group would be able to do better than my group would be able to do, I of course understand. It's not something where I would throw a fit because my project was taken away. No, I understand that it's for the betterment of everyone, not any person would tack upon me.
And then finally, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah, so what would you say has been the most challenging part of working for EXA? Or more specifically, what challenges would you expect that I would need to overcome that you yourselves may have had difficulty with in the past?
Not connecting with the recipients.
Of course.
If you humanize them too much.
Difficult.
Yeah, it's all about the personal touch.
Of course. You want to make sure that what you're producing is comfortable and efficient.
Correct.
You don't want to sacrifice the comfort you don't want to push accessibility and downplay efficiency. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I had more questions.
You can ask them all. I don't know if I have any answers for you.
Thank you.
Yep.